in this process, we are generating, it is our intention to generate for humanity the recipe, the specific defined recipe for making the seemingly impossible possible. Technologically, we've already done what was seemingly impossible in the past. We've gone to the moon. We've created networks of satellites. We're operating in space on an ongoing basis. We've created giant cities and economies and technologies and the internet that would have seemed impossible 100 years ago. Right now, the impossible in many people's minds is governed by tribalistic resonance. Orientations of competition and profit being requisite decision-making criteria and motivating intentions and energies and approaches. We're making that which humanity has been creating stumbling blocks for itself developmentally by operating from those prior tribalized dynamics, helping them over this developmental hurdle into more conscious collaboration for the common good and operating amidst the global commons as a constructive and healthy and wholesome approach holistically is something that we hope to be able to offer a map and model and path to, and an educational regimen to support the transformation into. So we are making solutions and a sustainable life process. That's our intention for humanity possible. We want to make the suffering of transformation that is always the case in one way or another. Transformation brings with it pain, discomfort, change, misunderstanding, confusion, disorientation. We want to minimize those discomforts. Our current system, our current way of developing has, in some ways, it could be said to be fundamentally broken in that it has generated climate change as a result of its trajectory and developmental arc. Therefore, we have the results of climate change. They're just symptoms. There are school books. The resolution of those challenges will bring wisdom, consciousness, understanding, collaborative capacity, new technologies, new solutions that are more harmoniously oriented towards the ecosystem. So comprehensive global transformation is now required. It can happen in a very staccato, very sporadic, very disjointed, non-unified, profit-driven, self-interest-driven, tribal-driven process, or it can arise out of love, kindness, caring, consciousness, positive intention, wisdom, discernment, deep understanding, and positive approaches and loving intentions. Superficial changes to policies or economic dynamics are not going to get the job done. Rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic is not going to change the path or trajectory of the ship. The navigational system itself must be revamped, redesigned, evolved, transformed, and developed. And then it must be steered through wisdom and intelligence and understanding into safe waters. The idea of profiting off of the apocalypse is not an option, and it is something that many organizations are already orienting themselves towards, tribally, taprootally, sociopathically, out of greed, blindness, ignorance, habit, tribal resonance with the past. So true collaborative consciousness makes the impossible possible far better than the blind brute force of technology and application of new adaptive technologies ever will. We hope that that message will be broadly understood, because if it is not, we'll try to, because we've learned to use a hammer, we'll try to see everything in the future as a nail. We'll try to solve it with technologies that have created the pollution, created the global warming, created the disunity, the inequality, the haves and have-nots. that have generated our current economic system, our current educational system, our current systems of governance, that include systemic prejudice and bias built right into the legal system, built right into the systems of governance. Those dynamics cannot continue as they are. They will create ever more pain, suffering, inequality, wounding, and thus transformational resistance. If we don't find a way to operate more with greater love and consciousness and gentleness and care for all involved equally, the inertia and trajectory of our current systems of governance will hit brick walls. And they won't know that the brick wall was there until it's too late. And then they'll be busy picking up the pieces and fighting over scraps rather than transforming, evolving, healing, soothing, educating, and developing humanity as a whole entity.